everyone. You're watching News Epicenter with me, Marya Shakil. The fight against sexual harassment, the fight against predators is a long and complicated one. It is not easy for a woman to relive the ordeal of being victimized and fight to prove her case in a society that doubts her and a legal system which moves very slowly. It takes titanic will and perseverance to take on your attacker in the pursuit of justice, especially when he is a powerful, influential man. But that fortitude was shown by Priya Ramani, a senior journalist who accused former Union Minister MJ Akbar of sexual harassment. As more and more voices emerged to make the case against MJ Akbar, he stepped down from his government post and then hit back at Priya, filing a case against her for defamation. Years later, today was the judgment in the case where the judge found no merit in Akbar's case and acquitted Priya Ramani. But the judge's observations are very important. The judge observed that there is systematic abuse at the workplace. The crime takes away the dignity and self-confidence of a woman, and the right to dignity is greater than the right to reputation. But the most important observation is that a woman has the right to name her abuser even after decades. She decides the date and time. This is a big message to every woman out there who faces abuse but stays silent out of fear of persecution and even societal shame. This gives a message to every woman, every survivor, to boldly step up and expose predators as silence allows that cycle of abuse to continue. Through this order, the judiciary has given millions of women the courage to speak out and fight for justice. The big question now emerges is how do we harness this momentum to punish those who abuse their power to abuse women? Before I get my guests, we are being joined by the woman who has become certainly an icon for courage of survivors. Priya Ramani. Priya, thank you so much. Many are saying that this is smashing the patriarchy movement. Many say that this is the watershed moment for the Me Too movement in India. What's your thought?
It is. I mean, it feels amazing to have my truth validated in a court of law after 2.5 years and 50 plus court hearings of coming from Bangalore to Delhi every time, finding someone to babysit my 10-year-old while I come here, and just facing the stress of a battle against a powerful man who is a member of the ruling establishment. So I feel a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. I feel relief and I feel happiness for me and all the women who spoke up during the Me Too movement.
And Priya, I'm looking at certain key takeaways of this verdict. One point being made is that the right to dignity is greater than right of reputation. What will you say is the most crucial aspect of this verdict today?
Absolutely. And I feel it's a very important verdict. I haven't read it in detail yet. I'm just overwhelmed at the initial reactions and all the love that's pouring in for me. But yes, I do feel it is a very important verdict. And I do feel it will empower more women to speak up. And I hope it will discourage powerful men from filing false cases against women who do speak the truth.
And most offences are cognizable, serious offences, including the one that has been reported by Ghazala Wahab. Should there be criminal prosecution now?
See, Me Too was not about criminal prosecution. Me Too was just half the world's population saying that this happened to us and just sharing stories and telling, just sharing things that they had kept hidden within themselves for years. And even despite Me Too and the millions of women who spoke up, women still don't share, women still keep so many secrets. So this is not about criminal prosecution, and it's just about speaking our truth. And even today, if you just tap on the Me Too hashtag on Twitter, you'll see the same story unfolding in all parts of the world. You know, there's something happening in Greece, in China. A young woman is battling a powerful media person
Yes.
who sexually harassed her in a hotel room. I mean, there are echoes of this story across the world.
And women can speak after years of sexual harassment is what the court has said. But was that easy for you? Other women had to take the stand to prove and back your story.
So I always say I spoke because women before me spoke, and I hope that I inspire women to speak after me. When I spoke, there were a couple of young women who started with Sandhya Menon and Anu Bhuya, both of them talking about both journalists talking about their experiences of sexual harassment in the workplace. And then people, like 2 or 3 women tweeted about MJ Akbar, and they said, when will the floodgates open? One of them said, I think it was Ghazala, when will the floodgates open about MJ Akbar? And another woman whom I sort of vaguely know, Prerna Singh Bindra, she tweeted about this powerful media editor who invited her to a room. And just seeing all these tweets, it just made everything come back. And, you know, I just felt like I owed it to women to share my truth at that moment. It was just like a spontaneous, powerful moment for me.
Was it tough, difficult? I would ask you that, to relive those moments in the court for Ghazala, for Nilofer, all of you recounting those very, very horrific, terrible stories?
It was, so especially for Ghazala. Ghazala's story was really painful, and just, I mean, every time I hear that story, I get the shivers. And to make matters worse, when Ghazala was speaking in court, lawyers from the opposing team were sniggering, you know. Every time the word Me Too was used in court, you know, there were sniggers. So it's a very powerful moment for us to have a court uphold our truths and believe our stories.
Last question to you, Priya. What is a bigger victory today? The fact that the culture of silence has broken, or that the courts are now more willing to listen and understand that it may take longer for women to speak up, even decades, to perhaps gather that strength?
I think this judgment was very important, and I hope it will be used again and again. The culture of silence wasn't broken today. I mean, the term Me Too was coined in 1996, and in the Me Too movement millions of women have spoken up in the last few years as part of the Me Too movement, and more women will continue to speak up.
Priya Ramani, thank you so much for taking up this battle. Thank you again for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Marya.
Joining me now on the show,